Take that long for a guy to decide if you're the one and if he wants to spend the rest of his life with you and to put a ring on it. It says the longer you are in a situationship, the lesser respect and value that you gain, and the less likely that it will evolve into a more committed phase. Self-preservation. You must allow self-preservation to govern the decisions that you take. Hello guys. One thing you must understand, especially for us ladies, is it don't take that long for a guy to decide if you're the one and if he wants to spend the rest of his life with you and to put a ring on it and to commit the rest of his life to you, to us. It doesn't take that long. And so we're going to analyze Tracy Edmonds and Deon Sanders' relationship and breakup. But there are lessons to be learned, and you must understand that the time and the season that you are, and if that is the best situation for yourself. Tracy Edmonds and Deon Sanders spent about 11 years together, and about 4 years of that 11 years they were engaged. Now, it doesn't take 11 years for a guy to know if a woman is his wife. According to our sociologist that used to work for Tinder, it says the longer you are in a situationship, the lesser respect and value that you gain, and the less likely that it will evolve into a more committed phase. So the longer you are in a relationship with someone, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, something is wrong. It doesn't take that long. Now, before Tracy and Deon got together, both of them had individual lives. Tracy, for those of you who don't know, was Babyface Edmonds, the renowned singer and producer, Babyface Edmonds' wife. They were married for about from 1992 to 2005. They were married for about 13 years and they had 2 sons together. And when she divorced him, she was the one who filed for divorce. She was the one who left the relationship. She got with, in 2005, she got with Eddie Murphy the very next year. And after about a year together, they decided to get married, but they had married outside of the US. And so, I mean, if you marry outside the US, the law is when you come back into the country, you would need to formally legalize that marriage. Otherwise, it's null and void. 2 weeks after they returned, after the wedding in Bora Bora, or some say France, they refused to legalize the wedding in the US. And guests who were at the wedding, there were a couple of reports that there were arguments, there were fights. So we don't really know if, you know, this wedding thing was really what Eddie Murphy wanted to do, or if both of them really were well suited for each other, being that it was just 1 year and it was really quick. But they decided to go their separate ways 2 weeks after the foreign wedding. And so she and Deon Sanders got together in 2012. And they just recently got separated this year. And they are both 56 years of age, so they are not children. They are mature people who've married before. Deon has already had 2 marriages before this time and has 5 children of his own. Tracy, like I said, was married, you know, to Babyface Edmonds, and you know, for more than a decade, and had 2 sons by him. So they are in different times. So as a lady, when you are at a certain stage of your life, you must discover for yourself, or find out for yourself what works for you. Are you into a full-blown relationship, or do you want to just be a partner? If you want to have kids, you cannot be in this long, overstretched relationship. But whatever it is, if you're looking for commitment for your marriage, then you know it doesn't take forever. It doesn't take forever. So the lessons to be learned here is, do not even think about trying this kind of joke if you are young, in your 20s and your 30s. Do not go for overstretched relationship. If you give a guy 2-3 years, maximum 3-4 years, depending on how old you are at a certain point in your life, you cannot afford to go overstretched amount of time without putting a definition on that relationship. Are we committing to each other, or are you wasting my time? ladies are disadvantaged when it comes to time, because especially if you want to have children, there is a time span that is allocated for that. So learn a lesson. Do not let it overstretch. Tracy was a wife before she was even going to be a wife, and she's already been a wife. I understand that she was with Deon through his health issues, and when was there, she was, the ride or die. I've never liked that ride or die thing, but she was with him through the thick and the thin, and now it's over at 56. So she probably started dating him when she was because they were together for about 11 years, so she was about 45 when they started dating. So be careful. Look at the clock. Look at the time and the season that you are, and make the right choices for yourself. Remember, I always talk about self-preservation. You must allow self-preservation to govern the decisions that you take. If it's not convenient, if it's not working for you, you must know when to pull the plug. Have a blessed day, and I hope this helps.